Yo, what's up guys? It's Tom for 2 here, and today I'm giving you guys a Warzone class loadout video. It's been a long time coming since I did this. I think we're in season 2 or 3 of the Cold War crossover with Modern Warfare Warzone, and this is the first of the loadout video I'm doing. So we're just looking at the meta guns for I guess this season until the next patch, but let me just show you what I've been running as of recently. So again, here, I'm gonna go through first. Gonna break it down where I've got some main classes. I have some go-tos where, right now everyone's using like the AMAX, the FARA. People are still mixing in M16, AK. Um, so I do a breakdown of first I guess the classes I'm using. Most of the perks are just the same. I only stick to maybe 3 or 4 different variants. And the rest, some of the attachments are just based on comfort. So um, my first class is just a ghost class. Strictly, how I operate is usually I'll pick up like an AMAX ghost class. So here's my AMAX ghost class, and then if I get the second loadout, then I'll pick up my secondary, which is FARA ghost class. Um, if I'm already dropping in and we're slaying out, then I have an AMAX FARA non-ghost class with overkill. So usually I'm using a lot of the ghost classes just to stay off the UAV early on. I've got this Kilo no ghost class. So Kilo with overkill. Secondary is the MP5. Um, this class is just nostalgia just because I've been using the AMAX and MP5 forever until the meta guns just got really OP. Um, and then right now I got a fully loaded class. I chose the Growl. Growl is I never actually used the Growl when it was at its prime. I used mostly the M4 and like the M13. M13 I learned was really trash. That's why I never got as many kills as my teammates. But leveled up the Growl over time. Just got a fully loaded class. Nothing special. Um, just when you drop in your last man back, end circle, you need fully loaded. This is my go-to. I've got a stoner ghost class. So LMGs this patch has been pretty good. Switching between like the stoner and I know like the PKM has been used. So I've got the stoner fully leveled everything. I used to use M16. Forget about the names. I just haven't renamed them. But I've got. I think this is the Krig and the Farah, so dual ARs. The Krig, as you can see, I don't have it fully leveled up, but I was on my way to leveling it up. This used to be a Growl Ghost class, but I've got M16. M16 was really good before the new season hit, before they revamped the map or nuked the map. But this is just typical M16 class. Really good. I've got again the AMAX Farah, the AMAX Ghost. I've got a Farah Stoner class, and I've got my Sniper class, HDR and AMAX. So when we're in Watchtower or just sniping in general, I don't really have a Car 98 class. If I feel like sniping with a car, I'll use that. So let's go break down. That's kind of an overview of my whole class setup and how I kind of operate. Let's dive right into some of these individual classes. So for the weapon itself, or I'll start with the perks actually. The perks, I like EOD. EOD on every single one of my classes just because, RPGs have been meta. People C4 you. You've got nades. EOD just kind of helps you help that survivability. You don't need anything else really, I don't think. Second class, I know a lot of people have used Overkill, Ghost, and Restock. I only like Ghost just because it keeps you off radar, and then of course with all the dual AR or submachine gun classes, you got to use Overkill. So only Ghost and Overkill I really use. I don't really use Restock, but it is pretty good. And I've only ever used Amped as my third perk, only because on my Warzone team, I'm usually the rocket specialist or RPG guy. And when you have your AR and launcher, you want to reload that launcher really fast when you're pushing buildings. So amped gets you the swap weapons faster, reload. I don't think I've ever used. I used to use tracker, but you know, um, I don't know. I think amped is just. I just favor amped a little bit more. Before C4 got or before C4 got nerfed, I used to run C4 all the time. I mostly run Semtex on every single one of my classes. A lot of people this season have been using Thermites, but I like Semtex just because you get to chuck them really fast. And I don't use Claymores because I don't typically camp. Tacticals, a lot of people use heartbeat sensors. I used to be one of those users, but then I realized, you know what? I prefer just using stuns or flashes, and I prefer stuns. So pretty much every single one of my classes, they can see pretty much more or less the same perks, and Semtex stuns. So let's get into specific weapons now. I've got the Farah. Farah first of all. So typically, these are my attachments. So I use I think the Vulture Exo blueprint that gives you a lot of attachments at first, and then when you fully level it, you get a lot of the good barrels and attachments. I use the GRU suppressor, the 18.1 takedown barrel, and the KGB stock, skeletal stock. I prefer running the 50 round fast mag and the serpent wrap because if I'm using the Farah as like a submachine gun, I like the ADS time. Some of the other grips don't give you that. I've considered taking off the stock, but just to add like a laser or get an underbarrel attachment. But I think this is my optimal setup just to just carry around. It's got good range. It's kind of replacing the FFAR from last season. I used to run the FFAR a lot. And Farah, I think I just prefer this season. And stickers you just throw on there. So that's my FFAR class. RPG, nothing really special. I actually prefer the Modern Warfare RPG. I'm more used to the pattern that the RPG round fires. Let's go to my Kilo class. Kilo, this is like the old school setup. Back when the Kilo was meta, you got the monolithic suppressor, single guard arms, 19.8 prowler. I've got the VLK. Always like the VLK. Never grinded out the blue dot on the holographic. Commando foregrip, 60 round mag. This is pretty much your slay out class. MP5. MP5 is a little bit interesting. People really like certain builds. This is for steady aim, close quarters. As you can see, I use the Subsonics Integral Suppressor built in. Got the Merc foregrip, 45 round mag, granulated grip tape, and a laser. This is all for stability, and you can hip fire with it. ADS pretty fast. It's all for close in quarters. I'm not trying to beam. If I'm using the Kilo, I'm using that as my mid to long range, and if I'm pushing buildings, you gotta whip out the MP5. Alright, let's go to Growl. Typically with the Growl, I'm using a Monolithic Suppressor, using Tempest 26.4 Archangel barrel. I can't see crap, so I can't use the Iron Sights, but I use the VLK because I can't see. 60 round mag, and when I'm not using fully loaded, I typically like to use the Commando foregrip. Commando foregrip usually on like a ghost class. If the Growl is my main gun to use, and I just feel like using it without fully loaded, then I'll use the Commando foregrip instead. And that's pretty much it with the Growl class. RPG, there's nothing special with RPG. Stoner. So I've been telling people this season, Stoner actually slaps sometimes. It's pretty good. Using the Agency Suppressor, 21.8 Task Force barrel. I like the optic on the Stoner. You can use whatever you fancy, but I like 3 times. Field Agent grip, no ammunition or magazine size, and I'm using the Serpent Wrap. Reason why I'm using the Field Agent grip and the Serpent Wrap specifically is because the Stoner, the ADS speed is very slow on its own. You need at least these 2 attachments for faster ADS, so this is why I have them. I wish I could put something like a 120 round speed mag or something, but it just decreases the ADS time in Warzone. ADS really means a lot, and this is just for good range, agency suppressor you need, and I need an optic because I can't see crap. So that's my stoner class. Slaps. Give it a try. Um, let's move on. So we went over the FAR already. There's not much to say with the Krig since I don't have much leveled up, but I assume you want the agency suppressor. I think there's a barrel here at level one of these longer barrels are pretty good. 3x scope is always good. Probably you need 45 round speed mag, and I know patrol grip is my preferred one. So something along those lines. This is just a raw blueprint that I'm using currently. All right, M16. M16 agency silencer, 16.3 titanium, axial arms 3x, field agent foregrip, and the 45 round mag. Reason why? So this is what I was rocking last season. A lot of people like the 15.9 strike team, but I actually prefer the 16.3 titanium for the fire rate. I was always beaming kids with the M16. I never actually liked the AUG over the M16. I always preferred the M16. So I would prefer the 16.3 when most people probably prefer the 15.9. Um, Field Agent, I've heard SFOD, Speed Grip, Field Agent Grip. It's interchangeable, but I prefer the Field Agent. It gives, if I just feel like it has more stability. And I don't use any fast mags with this because I just want better ADS times. Because when I was running on the M16 Farah or FFAR, I just wanted to zoom in fast and beam. So that's my M16 class. All right, now to the bread and butter, the two guns I'm mostly using. We got the AMAX, monolithic suppressor. We got the XRK Zodiac barrel, VLK 3x, commando foregrip, 45 round mag. Yeah, I only leveled it up fully recently, but yeah, this is the baby that we usually rock this meta. Farah, Ray pretty much went over. It should be mostly the same. People do think that the 18.7 is a little bit better, but I do like the 18.1 just because I get a little bit more control. I've got just a Ghost class for the AMAX right here. That shouldn't be anything new. Let's go into my sniper class. I've got the AMAX, exact same attachments, and I've got the HDR. Now, HDR is, in my opinion, the best long-range sniper in the game. And yeah, this is my class loadout. I've used the monolithic suppressor, 26.9 HDR Pro barrel. I use variable zoom, FTAC champion, and FMJ. So the thing with this is I used to use a laser. I used to use TAC laser over the perk. With perk, I generally liked focus, just because when you get shot at, you still want to have that stability. But if I'm in Watchtower or something, I just want better bullet penetration at this point. I do not have a fully loaded sniper class, which I should make, but I usually have like a Car 98 fully loaded or Car 98 fast mag or fast hands class. But you really need the stock variable zoom and the barrel and the suppressor. That's pretty much it with the HDR, and you'll start beaming kids from really long distances. So that's really it for the class setup video. Try to keep it short. Let me know what you guys are running. Let me know what you guys think. This is just currently what I'm running. I haven't really changed anything. I gotta do a little bit of renaming, but yeah, that's it. So leave a comment. Be sure to follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.